This video is how I made the snow mountain and the trees, which is the start of converting my summer Magnorail village into a winter diorama. And I have a series of videos explaining how I've done this whole process, and this is the first. My name is Carol Flavin. The video showing the whole of the village can be found on my YouTube channel, Model Railway Scenics with Carol Flavin. I'm going to start by showing you the original summer version of this Magnorail village. On the left there was a church, above it a windmill, and this layout went to the Worley National Exhibition at the NEC with me in 2022. The winter version was for the 2023 Worley exhibition. This is all about how I made the mountain and the trees on the top of the mountain. The next video is about how I made the snow castle. There will also be a video on how I made the snowdrifts and also the frozen water for the lake and the river. And then I will do a detailed video on how to make the deep snow. This is the finished mountain area, and I'm just going to show you how I made it. I started with loft insulation foam, which I carved into that space on the left-hand side, making sure I left room for the cycle track for the Magnorail cyclists. And then I put a piece of paper on top of it and drew out what I wanted to carve out of the top of the insulation foam. Once I'd carved it, I stuck the two pieces together and weighed them down until they were dry. I'm sitting at my workbench at the moment and I'm working on the snow mountain for the Magnorail village. Doesn't look much at the moment. It's basically loft insulation foam, but it's going to have a castle on the top there, some cliffs, lots and lots of trees. That's going to be a frozen river there, down to a frozen lake, down to a frozen river with a waterfall. And from here onwards, there's going to be a ski slope running down to an area where there's going to be some sledges. What I'm going to do to start with though is make it so that I can paint it. Mod Podge, my favourite glue as it happens, toilet paper. What it does is it allows me to create a solid surface which is fit to be painted and used. We'll do the whole thing in front of the camera at speed, and I hope you might find it useful. The way I do this is to take a paintbrush, put down a layer of glue, put the toilet paper on, either flat for a flat surface or scrunched up. Scrunching the toilet paper can give a really good surface, like for a cliff face. I then add another layer of glue on the top to hold it in place. Once I'd stuck down all of the toilet paper with the Mod Podge glue, I left it to dry. This is what it looked like when I'd finished it. I thought you might like to have a quick view of it now. This is the terrain. That is the ski slope, which I made out of household filler and painted at the moment with matte varnish. Here is the stream running off the end. Those will be frozen waterfalls. This is the riverbed ready for me to work on. There's the lake that will be a frozen lake with skaters on it. That is another waterfall coming down, and that actually comes from the castle, which is already got some snow products on it. And completely surrounding the castle are going to be fir trees. So I've started to try out some of the trees. As you can see, some of them already have snow products on, some of them are waiting for them, and I will show you how I do them. I'm sitting at my workbench and I'm going to talk about snow trees, or making trees covered with snow. So I have a mixture here which I will show you. Some of them already have snow on them. These are bush ones that I bought for another project. Some tiny ones too, don't know if you can see that. Some of them do have feet on them, but what I have discovered is you can twist the feet off. Because the mountain is one made out of loft insulation foam, all I really want to be able to do is poke a hole and stick the tree in and glue it down. I also have quite a few trees that are just left over, and these are some that I've had for ages, okay, but they don't have snow on. And I'll just show you very quickly how I do it. Pretty straightforward really. You get a brush, a not particularly decent brush, reasonable sized head, and you touch where you want the snow placed to be onto the outer parts of the branches, and you just work your way up the tree. And I'm also anyway going to be adding snowflakes. So there we go. That is the tree, already with the snow paste on, ready for me to use. This is one of a number of videos that I'm going to be making over the next few weeks about how to create the winter snow effect look. The next video will be about making the snow castle. If you found this video useful, please like it, share it, comment, and I will continue to make this series for you.